78 Sports TV here. Salute to the mighty ldbc, Lions Den boxing community. For those who don't know, now you know. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop a new video. And if you're digging the video, go ahead and share this joint. So, shout out to my brother BFTB Boxing, first on the scene to report this wonderful news that Devin, the Dream Haney, has sold 135,000 pay-per-view buys versus Regis Prograis. Now, the only reason why these numbers are important is because there are a lot of naysayers out there who are reporting fake numbers. If you go back to about, I want to say, December 11th. If you go back to December 11th or 12th, okay, of last year, there were reports coming online that Devin Haney's numbers versus Regis Prograis were estimated to be comparable to his numbers versus Lomachenko. Devin Haney versus Lomachenko did 150,000 pay-per-view buys. And the initial reports were coming out saying that Devin Haney versus Regis was comparable to that fight. But DAZN was not concerned about the pay-per-view numbers. Those were the reports. We all get happy, and we were, talking about it. And I said then on Instagram, I said, well, with this good news will come bad news tomorrow. The haters tomorrow will come out with some fake news in 2, 3, 1. And what happened like clockwork? The haters came out full throttle. Oh, it only did 50,000. No proof whatsoever. Oh, just believe me. I got the complexion. So just 50,000. Just put out some straight propaganda to try to take the attention, take the hype, take the steam off of Devin Haney because the boy was hot. Everybody's praising his performance versus Regis. Then just think about this now strategically. Everybody's praising Devin Haney's performance versus Regis and how masterful it was, right? Less than a week later, they changed the narrative from that masterclass performance to nobody wants to see Devin Haney. He only sold 50,000. Eddie Hearn came out and dismissed the 50,000 report and said that's ridiculous. It's not even worth responding to, right? Now, for years, we already know DAZN doesn't release their pay-per-view numbers. They never released them for Canelo. They don't release any of their pay-per-view numbers, right? And that's always been fine with everybody. But all of a sudden now, when Devin Haney is fighting, now all of a sudden all these experts know exactly what pay-per-view numbers Devin Haney did. Now this is how you know it's garbage. DAZN is a private company, okay? You cannot go into like Leonard Ellerbe trying to come out and say he knows the numbers. First of all, Leonard Ellerbe got those numbers from the same guy, Rick Glacier. He got them from Rick Glacier. Rick Glacier was the first one to report the fake numbers. Rick Glacier's magic number is 50,000. Right? I literally said they were going to say this. His magic number, and how I knew it, not because I'm a genius, I knew they was going to say 50,000 is because that's what Rick Glacier always says black fighters sell. When Tank Davis was fighting, he said, oh, Tank Davis versus Esau Cruz did 50,000. He said another one of Tank's fights did 50,000 or 45,000 or something like that. I said, okay, so he going to say the same thing about Devin or worse. And what happens? The primate community, they see what Devin Haney's, what's being reported negative about Haney, and they latch onto it. They run with it. And then they try to bully DAZN into releasing their numbers by putting out the garbage numbers. Oh, why can't you just give us the real numbers? Or prove it. Prove to us that the 50,000 is a lie then. No, nobody has to prove to you that your lie is a lie. Listen here, if I say I ate cheeseburgers today, I don't have to prove to you if I'm telling the truth. That's what I ate. I ate cheeseburgers today. Oh, you're lying. You didn't. No, man, he's lying. He ate a ham sandwich today, man. Well, how do you know? Were you at 78's house? Man, I know for a fact. I just know, bro. You got dudes like Leonard Ellerbe. Oh, come on, man. I know the business. 78, he be lying. He look. He didn't eat no cheeseburgers today. He had a ham sandwich. Well, how do you know 78 had a ham sandwich? It don't matter, bro. Tell him to prove that he had cheeseburgers. It's ridiculous. So this comes down to basically who you want to believe. You know what I'm saying? If you want to believe that these numbers are fake and he did less numbers, then you're going to believe that because that's the standard that you set. You want to believe the negativity, right? Now, if you're like myself and you believe the 135,000, it makes sense. You know why? Because Eddie Hearn's still trying to do business with him. You ain't heard nothing about Devin Haney getting no pay cut, have you? You ain't heard nothing like that. So if they did 50,000 pay-per-view buys, that means the zone would have lost money. Okay? So these are just mumbo jumbo lies made up by a guy who wants to be important. A guy who want to be important, and Rick Glacier, who doesn't have any more real boxing connections, destroys everything he touches. But to people that are nobodies in boxing, he got the gift of gab to make it sound like he's still somebody. You know what I mean? You know, and they want to be around. Oh, hey man, I think this guy knows some stuff, man. Hey, this guy knows me. He's an old con man, bro. Old hustler. You know what I'm saying? From the streets. You know, he know how to shake and move out here. You know what I mean? I respect the hustle. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You see a fool, you play a fool. That's just how the game go. You know what I mean? But right now, he's a mercenary. You know what I'm saying? So he out here just dragging people, making up stories, making up fibs. And you know, and the gullible people gonna believe it because they want to believe something negative. So if somebody want to believe a negative story, then you could force feed them garbage all day long. But right now, Devin Haney is working on finalizing the deal with Ryan Garcia. So we still gotta wait to see if Ryan and them are actually gonna take the fight, or is Ryan gonna pull out and do something else. You know what I'm saying? You know, because you know how Ryan do. He say one thing and then he'll do something else real quick, and mess up the whole situation. So we don't know. But yeah, Devin Haney doing 150,000 pay-per-view buys. 135,000 is no surprise to me because we already knew the numbers were around 150,000. We didn't know. We knew they were less than 150,000, but we didn't know what the exact number was. Okay, so that's about right. 135,000. All right. So we know this because people affiliated with the zone have confirmed those numbers. Now, we ain't talking about somebody who's the competition for the zone. We're not talking about Leonard Ellaby or Bob Arum, who never actually said it was 50,000. People try to attribute that to Bob Arum. He never said that. They asked Bob Arum about the reports of Devin Haney's pay-per-view numbers, and he said, "Oh, very disappointing news." He didn't say that it was 50,000 pay-per-view buys. He said the numbers were disappointing. And what was he supposed to say to a competitor? It'd be different if the zone had released the numbers. Even if they had initially said, if the zone came out and said Devin Haney versus Regis did 135,000, y'all would have been still talking crazy. Oh man, Tank just did 1.2 mil. Ha ha. Tank did 1.2. Devin doing one. He did less than he did with Loma. That's what y'all was gonna be doing. But you lowered it so low that 135,000 sounds like a king's ransom. Y'all dropped it so low to 50,000, just trying to hate for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Trying to hate for no reason. But you didn't do that to none of the other Tank opponents. You did this because Devin Haney had a lot of momentum. He was applying a lot of pressure on Gervonta Tank Davis. Y'all wanted to get that pressure off of Tank so really quick. So you did something that you've never done before. Unprecedented. Something that you've never done before. Right? You want Devin Haney, a man who actually sells pay-per-views, to do something that nobody else has had to do. He has to be a pay-per-view star. He has to do what? 1 million pay-per-views? What does he have to do to get a Tank fight? Because Ryan Garcia, he didn't have to do none of that to get a Tank fight. He didn't sell no pay-per-views. Neither did Hector Garcia. Neither did Rolly Ramiro. Neither did Isaac Cruz. Neither did Mario Barrios. But Devin Haney, on the record, We know he did 150,000 with Lomachenko. And now the haters say he did 50,000 with Regis, but we know that's not true. So bare minimum, if you add those up, he did 200,000. Between 200,000 and 450,000 pay-per-view buys has Devin Haney done, but yet the haters will tell you he ain't big enough. He ain't done enough to get a Tank Davis fight. Bottom line is they're scared. Now Gervonta Tank Davis is currently negotiating to fight Conor Benn at 147 pounds. All right? Conor Benn. Okay? So all this time we've been listening to these cowards talk about how Devin Haney too big. Oh, Lord, come on, keep it real, Sam. Yeah, you know Devin too big, bro. You know Devin, man, he rehydrated up to 165. But Conor Benn is bigger than Devin Haney. Stronger. Tank gonna move up past 140 and to 147 to fight Conor Benn? What's the excuse now? What lie you gonna tell? Conor Benn ain't sold no pay-per-views. Why does the narrative keep changing with you guys? Just admit that you're scared, okay? Admit that you're afraid that Devin Haney's gonna beat Tank, right? Admit that you openly discriminate against other black fighters, but you come on here acting like, you know what I'm saying, you got love for the brothers and this and that, but you openly participate in the same racist propaganda that's plagued boxing since the days of Jack Johnson. You dudes do that to protect your cowardly, scary little fighters that you like. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on the matter. 78 Sports TV. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Y'all smash the like button. I'm about to hit out deuces.